Hi vinyl community, how are you today? Happy Friday. I thought I'd jump into this video because I've been meaning to do this for a while now. But the thing was that I wanted to also wait until the newest Dinosaur Jr. album was released, and I received it and listened to it a handful of times. So I think I can form opinion about the ranking of the studio albums of Dinosaur Jr. So let's just say quickly this, that Dinosaur Jr. they started as a Deep Wound, a hardcore band. I think Lou, the bassist, Lou Barlow, and Jay Mascis, who was back then the drummer for that band, it was a hardcore punk band. Not too long after they formed Dinosaur. A little bit after that, they had to add Junior in the title because of legal threats, I guess, from another band called Dinosaur or something. I'm not exactly sure now what was the story behind it, but you can Google that shit up. Yeah? Okay, let's start then. So, only studio albums of Dinosaur Jr. Ranking by Dr. October. Let's start. Number 12. So, from worst to best. This is actually, it was pretty easy to determine my least favorite of the albums. This is Farm from 2009. It is classic Dinosaur Jr., especially from after the reunion era. This is actually the second album after the reunion, and the reunion album, let's call it that. That was such a perfect record in my opinion. More about that later, obviously. That this one that followed up, it was kind of the same, but it was not as great songwriting, in my humble opinion. Stellar album, nevertheless, but this is my least favorite Dinosaur Jr. It's in a lovely gatefold. Always like their artwork. If you want to see the label, label looks like that. Yep, just on black vinyl. You can see it's black. Number 11. Give a glimpse to what you're not. Of what you're not. Give a glimpse of what you're not. I always mess up that title. It's kind of weird for me. This is from 2016. Nice artwork, very psychedelic, I think. Certainly Dinosaur Jr. has psychedelic elements and huge fuzzy guitar sounds, and that's what always appealed to me in Dinosaur Jr. is how massive they sound, and they are a trio. I don't know, I think it's impressive how large they sound. And yeah, here's insert. Nothing really otherwise special. It's how the label looks like. Yes. On this, give a glimpse of what you're not from 2016. Black vinyl. I have read some complaints about Dinosaur Jr. pressings and from this Jaguar. Is that how it's pronounced? I always mess that up. Jaguar. Hope I get it right. Anyhow, that they are a bit muddy and a little bit, but I solved it by just cranking up volume and adding a little bit treble, and it sounds fine for me. And to be noted, I think it's also the way how they produce the records. They've always, I don't know, vocals are pretty much in front, drums and that are a little bit in the back. Depends again from album to album, but overall I don't have any beef with the sounds. Number 10. I just showed this in one of my recent Vinyl Finds videos. So their newest album that was released this year in April already, Sweep It Into Space. Same label releasing this, Jaguar. And again, I read some comments that people think it's muddy and stuff, and granted I haven't compared or listened to the CD version, so I don't know, it might sound a bit different, but I don't know, again, crank it up, do a little setting adjustments in your settings, and problem is most likely solved. It's by no means it's a shitty sounding album. I think it's just their own distinctive way of mixing and recording and all that stuff. But yeah, I think this is a very good record. This hand signed print came with that record. It had an insert, boring, one-sided. Came on this kind of colored wax. Number 10, I Bet on Sky. This is a pretty damn good album, I think. Again, loving the artwork, very cartoonish, but they are all, most of the time they are pretty cartoonish. It's a nice gatefold again, very sturdy, yeah. Great songs. Don't pretend you didn't know. Watch the Corners, Stick a Toe In, Pierce the Morning Rain. Great songs. This was on Play It Again, Sam. I think it's is this the British one? Anyway, this is from 2012. Okay, this I Bet on Sky. This is a purple wax. Seems to be a bit dusty. That's the other. I Bet on Sky, number 10. Yeah, this is from 1992. Where You Been? This is an original European pressing. A little wear there. I bought this secondhand on eBay, but the record is near mint. Sleeve is otherwise, except for this little tear. I think it's water damage. I'm not sure, but anyway, cool artwork. I think this one has the hit song Out There. The guitar riff is epic. Check it out. And anyway, this album is great. Okay, and I have also of this Where You Been. I bought Cherry Red Records, released 2 years ago or so. This deluxe reissues with the album on one disc and some B-sides and live recordings on the second record. Very good quality, good sounding. They're remastered also. They did a fine job. There are some Peel session songs. Definitely worth picking up if you are a fan of Dinosaur Jr. And just to show quickly, this deluxe edition Where You Been was on this kind of blue wax. I got a label on the other side. This is the other disc with that kind of label, and this on the other side. Inserts in that deluxe edition were like this, with liner notes and interview bits. And there here are, like, I think these two were both singles. Alright, next one. Number 7. Number 7. Also from Cherry Red Records, from the same year when they put out these, they put out 4 albums, they reissued them. So again, 2 record set with the actual album plus B-sides, singles and some live sessions. Here you go. They also released CD versions of these, and I think they had even more songs, because you can fit more music on CDs, so there were more live recordings and stuff. Yeah, released 2019 now that I double checked. Nice cover. This is the only one that I don't own an original copy of. It came with 2 nice inner sleeves. This kind of picture, and that one, kind of purple. And it's the same, the other disc, so I don't bother taking it out from the sleeve. That kind of labels, in case you're interested to see. Number 6 record. I think this may be their the most commercially successful, without a sound. Many of you may have seen MTV generation, or who lived through MTV golden days. I think Spike Jonze, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but the guy who made many Beastie Boys videos, he did a video for Feel the Pain, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Feel the Pain. That's pretty funny. Anyway, this is original European pressing. The hit song Feel the Pain. There are just honestly great songs. Only great songs in this one. As was with Hand It Over. I like that a lot. Mind Glow, On the Brink. Out of Hand. Yeah. This is black vinyl. So the label looks. I like this label actually. Pretty much. Since it was reissued, I went for it as well. So Cherry Red Records again, 2019. So same packaging as the 2 others. Some extra tracks, live and whatever. That's the gatefold. That's the other disc. And the inner sleeves that came without the sound. Very cool drawing. Yeah. Number 5. Dinosaur. The debut. This is a repress or reissue, but a very early one, because as you can see, they are still, it's named Dinosaur. The later ones, they added the JR because of legal issues. This is a very good album. This is very different from what Dinosaur Jr. became to sound like. But yeah, look how young, funny looking. Well, funny looking, determined anyway. Great record, great debut. Still not in my top 3. Put out by Homestead Records. That's how the label looks. The side the same. Okay, next, number 4. Now we come to the reunion album. Beyond. Excellent cover, I think. This is a perfect album. Fucking great songs. The production, they sound huge. It's not muddy at all. It's really cool. Perfect sounding wall of noise. Melodic wall noise. Wall of noise. Yeah, fuzzy guitars rules. Catchy riffing, catchy melodies. Almost ready. The starting song is a banger. You already know what you're into. Back to Your Heart. This is all I came to do. Been There All the Time is maybe my favorite. And the best Lou Barlow song maybe ever, which is on this 7-inch, which was included on this pressing, on this release, is Lightning Bulb. Let me show the 7-inch that came. So this was with this release. Okay, and then this is the Beyond vinyl on black wax. Just show the labels. Number 3 on my Dinosaur Jr. ranking is Green Mind. It's hard to read song titles. This is again European original pressing. I think, if not the first or the second Dinosaur Jr. that I ever heard, and I was hooked. The Wagon, fucking great song. Water is great. How'd You Pin That One On Me? I don't know. The whole record, it's perfect record also in my opinion. How the label look like. Another Cherry Red reissue from 2019. I went for this. Of course, I wanted to get them because of the extra songs and yeah, another gatefold. But whatever is cool with me, that's an excellent song. Check it out. The inner sleeves that came with Green Mind, Deluxe reissue. Like that. That's the other side. And the other disc. That kind of. So number 2 in my list is Dinosaur Jr. Bug. This is their 3rd album, and after that they broke up. Lou Barlow and Jay Mascis, I guess, didn't see eye to eye on many things. Excellent record again, perfection. Don't is nice, noisy, hellish screaming by Lou Barlow. Hell of a song. But otherwise, this is just melodic, noisy pop galore, this whole album. Freaks in No Bones, They Always Come. Great song, great song. Yeah, we know Let It Ride, Bond song, Budge, The Post. Fucking classic, this album. I think this was Harris Pilton's favorite Dinosaur Jr., if I remember well. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Harris. Okay, this is a reissue on Blast First. So originally it was released on, by SST Records. Alright, and then to the last one, still in shrink. You're Living All Over Me. Pretty much the perfect sounding lo-fi alternative guitar rock album in my opinion. Granted, I haven't heard all guitar rock albums or alternative rock albums, but in my collection and from Dinosaur Jr. discography, this is a fucking perfect record. This is on SST. as you can see. This is a reissue, but I think it's very early one. Because in Discogs the price for this is climbing constantly. The best Dinosaur Jr. album. That was my ranking of the studio albums by Dinosaur Jr. Easily in my top 10 favorite bands. If you don't know them, go and check it out. Buy a record, support the band. I thank you all for watching, tuning in, as always. All the new ones and old ones, I appreciate it. I wish you all an excellent weekend and take care of each other, be kind to each other. Cheers. Adios.